summary of each people, wait, picture.
Yeah, yeah. Each of the photo here, according to your opinion, okay, according to your imagination. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the
Okay, are
picture,
you ready?
yeah.
Ready now? Okay, yes, please. So let's talk about picture A. Can you describe the outside a little bit? Okay, and then
Well,
tell me what do you think gonna be like inside the house? All right. Mm,
by looking outside of the house, we could already see that it is an airplane. But
yeah.
then, living inside an airplane would be weird. Also,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I don't really know that which room gonna be in the airplane because it's very big, like a big area. But then having a
Mm,
house to live in there is weird. I mean,
yeah.
guessing that how many rooms would be perfect in there too.
Yeah. Mm, okay. Yeah. Maybe. Right. But yeah, looking outside, we're gonna see that it looked like an airplane, right? Yes. So what about picture B? What do you think about picture B?
Well, in picture B, the outside, it looked well almost. I don't know. To me, it kind of looked like a playground for
Yeah.
a house that made for kids. But then
Sure.
again, the house was placed in an unusual place.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I guess it would be okay for some of us to live if we are alright with it.
Yes. Okay. Actually, it's look kind of normal, right? Just a bit very small. And actually, about the location, right? It's just like above a stone. So it can look kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy to fall down, right? Quite scary. Okay. What do you think about photo C? The next one, picture
Well,
C.
the picture see the outsider is a basketball or ball.
Mm.
But then living inside would be rough because, well, if you're gonna need to use the bathroom, then you're gonna go party outside. But then if they have a bathroom inside, well,
Mm.
the house would smell weird. Also, it's very
All right.
tight and uncomfortable to live in, so I don't think that two or more than two person could live in there.
Yeah, it's look quite like uncomfortable, right? It doesn't look like open area, right? Not open, not large, not comfortable. Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay. What about the last one?
Pic-
The last photo. What do you
Okay,
think?
so
Photo
the last
B.
photo, I did remember that some of the person in my family members used to live in this type of house. I don't know why,
Oh,
but stepping inside was pretty uncomfortable, yet somehow a bit comfy somehow. But then again,
mm, yeah.
at night they don't really have light,
Okay.
so it would be very dark and creepy.
Mm, yeah, it can be very dark, right? Okay, so in all the photo here, if you have the chance to choose one, which one would you like to live in the most?
I
Which one would you like to live in the most?
I mean, like,
Mm.
I'd rather be living in picture D because
Uh,
other than
why?
that, A, B, and C look uncomfortable, and the
Mm.
place and the house that we're placed in look also uncomfortable. So I would like picture D.
Okay. So what about the house that you least likely to choose? The one that you least likely to choose to live in?
I
Which one?
guess C.
Alright, see, it looks so weird, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that it's gonna be so uncomfortable. Okay, it's we're not gonna have a lot of air for you to breathe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now can you guess what our reading gonna be about? Can you make a guess what we're gonna read about now?
Unusual
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna talk about some of the unusual home. Okay, some strange houses. And actually they're gonna talk about four, right? Four strange houses. Maybe it's gonna be like in the four photos here. And we're gonna talk about four very strange houses in the world. Okay, we have a article here. It's not too long. It's not too long. And then we're gonna have 8 questions here. Okay. So here, please take a look at the article, and then I'm gonna send the 8 question in the chat box for you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the question gonna be in the chat box, and this is the reading. Okay, so please read it and help me answer these 8 questions. Okay, I already sent it in the chat box for you. The 8 question. Okay, so I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes, all right, to read and think about the question. Mhm. Maybe if you've done before the 5 minutes, please let me know, all right? Please let
Okay.
me know that you're done so we can check. Okay, or else you're gonna have 5 minutes to read and think about the questions. All right, it's time for you to start now. Exercise here, okay? And we're gonna have an article here. And I already sent the question in the chat box. Okay. So please take a look at the reading article here and help me answer the 8 question. The topic here is about some strange houses in the world, okay? Yeah, we can. Wait a minute, I'm gonna send her some photo. Okay, Hương, you can check the chat box. I already sent some photo in the chat box for you. All right. So a few more minutes for you guys to think. Vấn đề không được. Okay, okay. Can you hear me now? No. Okay, okay. Yes, so we are having an article here, okay? And you're gonna do some reading exercise. And the topic here is about some strange houses in the world, right? So here you can take a look at some of the photo here. And I already sent it in the chat box for you, okay? And we're gonna have an article here, and we're gonna have some question. Have you received it in the chat box? Yes, we
Have
did.
you
Have you
received?
received? Okay. So we're gonna have 8 questions in the chat box. All right. Yeah. So maybe later you're gonna have me answer them. So please spend a few minutes reading about it. Okay. So done, right? Okay. So Ngap first. Can you help me answer question one, two, three, and four? Okay, from number one to number four. All right. So yeah, the first one. So what does the house in Lebanon look like?
Well,
In
the house
mm,
in Levan look like,
Lebanon.
yeah.
Uh,
So
okay.
it looked like, well, it had the shape of airplane.
Yeah. Okay. It has a shape of a plane. So you can say it looks like a plane, right? That's how in Lebanon looks like a plane. Okay. What about question two? So why are small windows important in the warm country? No.
Because small
Why are
window
small?
keep the house cool in summer.
Yes, okay. It's keep a house cool in summer, so it's very important, right? The small window. All right, what about question three? So, what is the Mexican house made of?
It is
What is the
made
Mexican
out of,
house made of?
well, it is made of rocks.
Yeah, it's made of rock, right? And question number four. So, how old is the house? I mean, the house in Mexico. How old is it? The
30,
Mexican house.
30 years old or more than
Yeah,
30 years old.
Yeah, more than 30 years old, right? Okay, thank you. Good job. Okay, so now, Hương, can you help me answer from number 5 to number 8?
Okay,
You done?
number
Right.
five.
Mm.
Okay,
What can you
what can
find?
you find
Uh-huh.
in the middle of the river Drina?
Uh-huh.
Um, you can find a tiny house on a rock in the middle of the river Drina in Serbia.
Yes. All right. And next one, question number 6. So
Um,
mm,
when do most people use the house? Why?
uh-huh.
Um, people always use it mostly in summer because in winter it can be quite cold.
Yeah, it's can be quite cold in the in the winter. So people mostly just use it in summer. Okay. And number 7, question number 7.
Number seven, what does it look? It is like a football.
Mm, yeah, all right. It's look like a football, right? Yeah, that's like a football shaped house. So it look like a football. Okay, and question number 8. So why is it very bright inside?
It's very small but has big windows, so there is lots of light.
Yes, okay, because it has like big windows, right? Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. Alright, so here I just have 3 more questions. So actually I have already asked enough these questions before. So now I would like to ask Hương a bit. So you have already received the photo, right, Hương?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
already received the photo. We have four unusual homes. So which of these houses would you like to live in? In yeah, the four houses. So which would you like to live in and why?
I want to live in uh, buying houses.
Sorry, which one?
Is the first flying houses.
First, yeah, the like the plane, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you mean the plane house, right? Okay, so why?
Mm,
Why would you like to live there?
because I think it is large enough for many people live there, and it's also have a lot of space for many rooms, and we can easily do a lot of personal activities like that.
All right, yeah. What about number two? So which of the houses would you not like to live in? Yeah, not like to live in.
Mm, I think it's the house in the rock.
Mm.
Am I
So
right?
you picture B, right?
Yes.
Uh, yeah.
No,
So what? Picture
it's
D.
D like that. Yeah.
Picture D. Okay, and why? Why not?
Because I don't want a house which looks very old or like, and I also want a house which is very bright or like small and modern, so that I don't want
Mm.
this house.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, and now for question three, I want to ask both of you, okay, both Ngọc and Hương for question three. So, do you guys know any other unusual house, maybe in the world or in Vietnam? Yeah, do you guys know any? Yeah, both. I want to ask both Ngọc and Hương, not just Hương. I want to ask also ask Ngọc. Mhm. Yeah, do you guys know any other unusual house, any other strange house? Hương, do you?
No, I don't.
Have you? Okay, you have never seen any, right? What about Ngọc? Have you seen or have you know any other unusual house in the world?
I don't know too.
No. Okay. Yeah, so it's not very popular, right? We don't have much of that. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. Now we're gonna talk about some new words. Okay, we're gonna have some adjective to describe homes. Okay, so you guys can see we have so many adjective here. So now I want you guys to help me put them in the table here. Okay, which word to talk about opinion, which word to talk about size, and which word to talk about temperatures, about sound and about light. Okay, please put them in the table here. They are all adjective. All the words here are adjective, and now you are going to fill them into the table here. Okay, so a few minutes for you guys to think about it. Which words to talk about opinion, which word talk about size, temperature, sound, and light. Mhm.
What does it what does it mean by size and sound?
I mean to talk about the size, maybe something like large or big, or small, that's the size. Uh, okay, and for sound maybe it's noisy or it's a quiet. For the light, like it's a dark or it's not, like that. Uh-huh. Let's talk about the light. And the size mean that it's big or it's small. Mhm.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
answer in the chat box, then I'm gonna check.
Can I just say it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me check. Alright, done. So you done, Ngọc? So you ready?
Okay.
Mm. Okay, so for yeah. So maybe Hương first đi. Hương, can you help me the first two column opinion and size, Hương? For opinion.
Opinion and opinion is attractive,
Yeah.
comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
unusual,
Alright.
but cozy.
Yeah, they are to talk about opinion, right? Okay, what about size? Size, what do you
Size
think,
is
Hương?
tiny.
Alright, tiny, good. What else? Okay, just tiny, right? Okay, and for temperatures, okay, now please, can you help me? Which one to talk about temperatures?
Temperature
Just
is,
tell me your answer, please.
well, cold and warm.
Okay, cold and warm. And for sound, which one to talk about the sound?
I don't see anything that said about
Uh,
sound.
what about to talk about light? The last column about
Dark,
light.
dark, bright.
Yes. And
Is it light count?
light and also bright and also dark.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, let's check the answer. So for opinion, we have attractive, comfortable, cozy, and unusual. All right, and for size, we have the word tiny. For temperature, we have cold, cool, and warm, right? And for sound, actually, we have the word peaceful. Peaceful here is to talk about the sound. Okay, peaceful. And for light, we have the word bright, dark, and light. Okay, these words talk about light. Uh-huh. Yeah, so it's actually peaceful way to talk about sound. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes to think. You guys can use adjective here and now here. Help me talk about your house. Okay, here, tell me about your home. Tell me about your home, and you can use the adjective here. All right, about opinions, about size, about temperatures, about sound, and about light. Yeah, use the adjective to talk about your home. Okay, so spend a few minutes, okay? Spend a few minutes to think about it and help me answer. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to prepare. Maybe just 3 more minutes to prepare. Then we're gonna talk. Okay, tell me about your home and using the adjectives here to describe it, to describe your home.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one.
About your house. Uh, Describe about it and tell me what do you think about it. Okay? Now
Okay.
first. Alright, ready?
So,
Mm,
well, my home is not very big or even tiny. It's just
mm,
a comfy and cozy place
yeah.
for you to live in. Besides,
Mm,
when you're alone, you might feel and just you might feel peaceful when you're just being at yourself. But then again,
mm-hmm,
at night you might hear unusual noise when you're home alone. Sure, that might creep you out, but that's really
mm,
even happened now, so I guess it's fine.
uh-huh. Okay. So how long have you been living in that house?
I guess since when I was 4 to now, cause well, when I
Mm,
was 4, I moved here.
uh-huh. So what about the temperatures inside the house?
The temperature
How's
at
it?
home was perfectly fine. Nothing seems like to be cold or warm. It's
Uh,
fine.
okay. And the light? Is
The
it dark or is it?
the light is perfectly fine. I
Mm,
don't see it's too bright or too dark.
uh-huh. And what about the windows? How are the windows in your house? Do you have big windows or do you just have small windows in your house?
I have big windows, so it's very
Mm.
bright.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right. So in general, do you like living in that house? In general.
Yeah, especially when I'm alone.
All right. So would you like to move to somewhere else in the future? Or do you still want to live there for a
I
long time?
I'm still gonna leave my home to move to a new one because I want to start a new life when grow up.
Okay, that's good. All right, thank you. Thank you so much now for sharing. That's good. Okay, thank you. All right, so now, Hung, please, can you help me talk about your house a bit? Well,
My
okay,
house
ready?
it
Uh-huh.
is
Mm,
always comfortable and cozy. It is
okay.
not very big and not very small. It's enough for my family to live in. My house is in my house. It is always warm, warm in the summer, but it's too very cold when in the winter.
Okay.
Although I live in the cities, but in my neighborhood, in my
Mm,
but my neighborhood is very quiet and peaceful. That many people they need to go somewhere to work, so they are not very noisy.
okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and of
And
course, in the days my house is always bright, but in the last night it is dark and don't have any lights.
that's good. Okay. So how long have you been living there in that house, Hung? How
Uh,
long?
I have been lived there since I was a baby.
Okay. So you was born, right? That means
Yeah.
you were born. Okay. And in the future, would you still like to live there, or would you prefer to move somewhere else, or how?
I don't know, but if I go to a top high school in high cities, I think I will move to another place to study and live there.
Uh,
But
okay.
if I study in a normal high school, I think I will like live there better.
Live there, right?
Yeah.
So you can still live with your parents, right? Live with your family. So it's a very nice thing. Okay, so now we're gonna have a listening exercise, you guys. So here, okay, so you guys can take a look here. Now we got gonna have a listening exercise. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen again. All right. Yeah. So they have which is Jason's house, and you're gonna listen his house, A, B, or C. And question 3, what time is Jenny going to leave school today? Okay, choose the correct answer to the correct time. And number 4, so what colors the Ben wants to paint his bedroom? Green. And question number 5, what is Sarah going to do this afternoon? Okay, play football or working or cooking? All right, so now you guys gonna listen and choose the correct answer for each one. Okay, just let me play the audio now. And when you have the answer, please send.
Fact 31.
Right.
1. Excuse me, do you live on this street?
Yes, I do. It's the 5th house on the right. The white one.
Oh, yes, I can see. It's really pretty. It's opposite ours. Is yours 15 then?
Yes, that's right, it is. And yours is 25?
2. Which is Jason's house? When you come to my party on Saturday, Sally, you can see our new house.
Great. Is it much bigger than your old one?
Yes, it is. The living room's on the first floor.
I'd like to live on 2 floors. Our house has just 1 floor.
3. What time is Jenny going to leave school today? Hi, Jenny. You don't usually call me at 10 past 3. Is everything okay?
Yes, Dad. I'm calling because I finished school at a different time today.
It's usually 10 past 4 on Friday, isn't it?
It's 10 to 4.
4. But does Ben want to paint his bedroom?
So bad. Are you going to help your dad paint your...
Yes, he prefers red. But I don't like much.
I don't like blue. What about me? Nice and bright.
I'm sorry, I don't like green, but the homework project together this afternoon.
Oh, sorry, Tom. I can't. I'm going to make my mum's birthday cake.
I'm going to play football in the morning, but I can come round after that.
Great. See you then.
Okay, yeah. So now I can play the audio one more time, okay, for you guys to check. But if you already have the answer, please type your answer in the chat box so I can see your answer, okay? You just need to type like 1B or 1C or 1 or 3A, like that. But I still gonna replay one more time for you guys to check, okay? But if you're sure with your answer, please let me know in the chat box. Type your answer in the chat box.
C1. 1. What is the number of Maria's house? Excuse me, do you live on this street?
Yes, I do. It's the fifth house on the right. The white one.
Oh, yes, I can see. It's really pretty. It's opposite ours. Is yours 15 then?
Yes, that's right, it is. And yours is 25?
2. Which is Jason's house? When you come to my party on Saturday, Sally, you can see our new house.
Great. Is it much bigger than your old one?
Yes, it is. The living room's on the first floor, and the bedrooms are on the ground floor.
Wow. I'd like to live on 2 floors. Our house has just 1 floor.
3. What time is Jenny going to leave school today? Hi, Jenny. You don't usually call me at 10 past 3. Is everything okay?
Yes, Dad. I'm calling because I finished school at a different time today.
It's usually 10 past 4 on Friday, isn't it?
No, Dad. It's 10 past 4 on Thursday. Please come at 10 to 4 today. That's 20 minutes earlier than usual.
4. What colour does Ben want to paint his bedroom?
Hello, Ben. Are you going to help your dad paint your bedroom?
Yes, he prefers red, but I don't like that colour very much. I like blue.
Oh, I don't like blue. How about green? It's nice and bright.
I'm sorry, I don't agree. I don't like green bedrooms. 5. What is Sarah going to do this afternoon? Hi, Sarah. Can we finish our homework project together this afternoon?
Oh, sorry, Tom. I can't. I'm going to make my mum's birthday cake after lunch.
Well, what about tomorrow then? I'm going to play football in the morning, but I can come round after that.
Great. See you then.
Yeah, okay, so I have received Hương answer. Okay, so Ngọc, have you got your answer? Can you send me your answer so we can check? Okay, yeah. So here, this is the answer. Number 1 is B. Okay, number 15. Number 2 is A. The answer is A. Number 3 is C. Number 3 actually is B. Okay, number 3 the correct answer is B. Number 4 is A, and number 5 is C. Okay, number 4 A and 5 is C. Alright, that's the correct answer here. B A and C. Okay, I see that you guys have some problem with number 3, 4 and 5. Của Hường là bị ngược thôi đúng không? Ok, vấn đề là 4 trước rồi mới đến 5. 5 trước rồi mới đến 4 đúng không? 4A và 5C. So number 3, right? Here, let's check number 3 a bit. So what time is Jenny going to leave for school? Hi Jenny, you don't usually call me at 10 past 3. Is everything okay? Yes, Dad, I'm calling because I finished school a different time. It's usually 10 past 4 on Friday. No, Dad, it's 10 past 4 on Thursday. Okay, and 10 to 4 today. That's 20 minutes earlier than usual. Alright, so today she gonna leave school like 20 minutes earlier than usual. That's 10 past 4, okay? 20 minutes earlier than usual. So the correct answer is B. That's the time for today. Yeah, okay, so now we just have one more exercise here. So we're gonna have a reading, a description of home. Okay, so can you guys read here? Alright, this is like an email, so can you guys read it real quick? She's describing her home. Alright, this is Fernanda describing her home. And can you tell me which city does she live in and how many rooms that her family's apartment have? Yeah, just spend 2 minutes. Read her description here. Yeah. Okay, a kitchen, right? A living room, a bathroom, and two bedroom. So that five, right? 5 rooms. Her family apartment have 5 rooms. Okay, yes. All right, here you can see a kitchen, a living room, a bathroom, and 2 bedrooms, right? So that 5 in total. Good? Yeah. Thank you. So here, can you guys take a look at this? So when you do the writing, here, when you do the writing, maybe sometimes you can use the pronoun instead of the nouns to avoid the repetitions of the nouns. Okay, so now can you guys help me think which noun do the underlined pronouns in Fernando description replace? Here, let's take a look at the writing here. So which noun do the underlined pronoun replace? Okay, here for example, the word eat here. What does eat here replace? Okay, so maybe Ngọc, can you help me answer? Here on line number 3, we have pronoun it. So what does it here replace? It
Apartment.
replace. Yeah, it just replace for apartment, right? What about this one? It on line number 4. It's got a kitchen, a living room.
Is also apartment.
Yeah, it here also replace apartment, right? And what about the word she here? Pronoun she here. What
Her
does she replace?
her sister
Yeah, her sister Louisa, right? And we here,
is
we here.
her and her sister.
Yeah, okay, like Fernanda and her sister Louisa, right? Okay, so when you do some writing, remember that you can use some pronouns to replace the noun, okay, to avoid repetition. Okay, so now can you guys take a look at the paragraph here? So what do you think that we can replace? What pronoun do you think that we can replace here? Let's take a look. Here, we have the house, me are, Helens, and Francisco. So can you guys tell me how can we replace the nouns here with pronoun? Alright, please let me know in the chat box. How you guys gonna replace? Okay, here.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
also change to it, and it has two bedrooms. All right, David shares his bedroom with his baby sister Mia. So Mia here we can change to she. She is 2.5. David mom Helen is a doctor and his dad Francisco is a nurse. And here they, right? Helen and Francisco. We're gonna change to they. They both work. Okay, so the how we're gonna change to it. Mia we're gonna change to she. Helen and Francisco we're gonna change to they. They both work at the local hospital. Okay, so remember we can use pronoun instead of now to avoid repetition. Okay, we do that so we don't have to repeat the noun. Sometimes the noun just appear too many times, so we can use pronoun, okay, to avoid repetition, so we don't have to repeat the noun. Okay, so we just have a few more minutes, right? So just let me ask you guys a few more speaking question. Okay, so now please. Uh, so what room in your house that your family spend most of the time in? What
Mostly,
room that your family spend most of the time in?
well,
Mm.
mostly I saw them in the living room.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. So what activity you guys usually do there in the living room? What activity
I don't know.
you include?
My parents
Uh,
sometimes very busy, so they always been doing some work.
Alright. Mm. Okay, good. And Ngọc, okay, Ngọc, let me ask you one more. So, who do you live with
I just live
in
with
your
my
house?
mom.
Who
I just
do you
live
live?
with my mom and dad.
Oh, okay. You are just living with your mom, right? Okay. Thank you. Uh, all right. So, Hương, may I ask you, Hương? Mhm. So,
Okay.
okay. So, what is your favorite room in your apartment?
My favorite
Favorite room.
room in my house is my room, my bedroom. It's
It's
very
your bedroom.
where I have a desk and a
Mm.
lot of my toys that I very like that I very like, and
Um,
also I really like also the it's yeah, and when gravity space,
mm.
yes.
Okay. Mm. So, what do you usually do in your apartment, in your house, not just in your bedroom, but in your house? What do you usually do there
uh,
in your apartment?
can you repeat it?
Here. What do you usually do in your apartment or your house?
I always eat, I always have a meal, have take a nap,
Mm.
do the bed in the house, and I, sometimes I have some spare time, so I do activities like crocheting or like do the play the puzzle
Mm.
like that. And
Okay.
also in the evening,
Mm.
I study a lot of knowledge.
All right, that's good. Okay, so just one last question for Ngọc. For Ngọc, please. All right. So, what is your favorite room in your house? What is your favorite room in your house, Ngọc?
Well, my bedroom.
Also your bedroom, right? Okay. So, what do you usually do in your bedroom?
Usually I just draw
What do
or
you?
watch the view from the window.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, what can you see from your window? What view can you
Well,
see from your window?
just some random animal walking past and
Mm.
people just doing their business.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So what about like maybe during the sunset hour? Do you usually sometimes watch the sunset or the sunrise from your window?
Yeah,
Can you see that?
yeah, I
Uh-huh.
did, but I would just avoid avoid looking at it again because I felt kind of bored.
Mm. Yeah, okay. I know. All right, yeah. So anyway, actually that's it. Okay, that's it for our class today. We just discussing the topic of places, all right? About my places, about you guys' house or home or apartment. That's what we discussed today. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining the class today. I think we can stop here today. So thank you for joining. Okay, so we can stop here. So bye bye. See you guys again next week. Thanks for joining.
See
All
you.
right, see you.
Bye
Okay,
bye.
okay, bye bye. Okay, see you.